What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Inside 11, and right now we're talking about, that's right, they are watching you. Now, let's not get into any spookism or anything like that. I'm not talking about no shadow government watching you. I'm not talking about none of that. Although, they got the speculative variables, the operational variables watching over you. And yeah, these speculative variables are doing a really, really good job. When I'm talking about they are watching you, I'm really just talking about your family members. I'm talking about your friends. I'm talking about the people at your work. I'm talking about those people that are, programmed by this harmonious arrangement to believe and act in a set or manner or in a particular way. And when they are watching you, go and make that conscious shift when you are putting in the minutes, the seconds, the hours, the days, the weeks, the months, the years, investing yourself back into what source is already implanted in you. They're going to be watching you make that conscious shift. And a lot of people don't want to go through that process of making that conscious shift, of taking off, weakness, poverty, self-hate, doubt, fear, and putting on love, joy, peace, gentleness, meekness, self-respect, and self-love. And all these things everybody's supposed to already have, but because we live in a world where poverty and being impoverished, having lack is what's being promoted, and based on the narratives that are already steering the average mind into that direction, you need to understand that just based on you moving on the God kind narrative or the Christ consciousness narrative, however you want to refer to that, however you want to filter yourself out to or refer to as a title to that state of mind that allows you to be, I don't want to say God, I want to say a resemblance of all possibilities, because just like you being an individual expression of God, all possibilities are also possible through you. So it's not nothing to scare. It's not anything to scare you. It's not anything to make you worried or afraid. But again, when we join these groups of friends, when we are part of our family, when they are participating in practicing certain traditions, and when they are practicing every day certain rituals that validate them into the paradigm that they are in, their ego is not going to want to let go of that paradigm, and you leaving that paradigm is like almost like a piece of them leaving them. It's almost like it's almost like you're validating that their reality really is just a conscious choice that they are making. And so when you're making those conscious decisions every minute, every day, every week, every month, every year, they're going to be watching you, and they might even set up obstacles for you from the perspective of reminding you, hey, don't you want to go hang out with the boys? Don't you want to go to the club? Hey, let's go get some drinks. And it's not really an obstacle for you to look at it from the perspective of you should be worried or fearful about these people. Just remember that you signed up to make a conscious shift into a new paradigm, and you're going to be tested for that, because people really want to see if you are really who you say you are. And so if you're picking to be in love, joy, peace, gentleness, meekness, and self-control, yeah, you're going to get tested by people, places, and things outside of you. And when you get over these challenges, that's like you adding another increment. That's like you adding another inch into those, because these people are eventually going to start falling off. Eventually, these people are not going to, stick around you, because they don't want to experience what's it like to be rich internally. They don't want to experience what's it like to be wealthy internally, because they can't believe that these things exist. And if you allow these people into your life, if you're in that position, all they can do is just sabotage you pretty much. And you need to basically draw the red line and not yield to anybody, because really, since you are already an extremely powerful spirit in a body who's manifesting its destiny and its goals, they want to prove to themselves that they are powerful spirits as well, by stealing your mind and taking what you have created for yourself and embodying that. And you're going to see them taking that and playing that out in other areas. So really, they want to put a USB inside of your mind, download the information that you downloaded, because they can do the same thing that you're doing, be in tune with the frequency of love, joy, wealth, meekness, and self-control and happiness, but they would rather try to take the back door to the kingdom and try to understand some kind of logical process that you did to get there. But really, the way I'm getting there and the way that you're going to get there is by maintaining that state of mind that you want to manifest. Hopefully it's not a state of mind of fear and doubt, worry and hate. Hopefully it's a state of mind that is according to your design. A state of mind that God has already destined for you, and it's not something of the world, because the things of the world are temporary. And when you are applying yourself to the things of the world, let's say you're a young beautiful woman, or you're a young beautiful male, this age, this body doesn't last forever. Now there is things that you can do to assist with the anti-aging process, but whenever you attach yourself to the things of the world, the moment it falls off, you fall off with it, just based on your spirit believing like it has something to do with that. So the moment this person or individual, when they are watching you, the moment they see you fall off, they're gonna be like, oh yeah, see, I knew it. I knew wealth couldn't possibly exist. I know self-control couldn't possibly exist. I know that it was always about doubt. I know it was always about fear. So they're really just watching you because they want to confirm to themselves that, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm great too, but they're doing it in a negative way, because they're really just trying to take your mind, put it in a USB, and put it in their mind, and them being such demons, they actually think that they can actually just go do that and get away with it, and not have to do any kind of legwork in the fire or anything like that. Because individuals like me and individuals such as yourself, we have to do some real engage on some real shadow work. And these type of individuals that they are watching you are not individuals who actually want to do any type of shadow work. They're not individuals who want to get into the details of themselves and be honest and actually have integrity with yourself. Because if you're really an honest person, if you're really somebody who wants joy, peace, love, meekness, and gentleness, you don't mind showing your vulnerabilities necessarily to this individual who's already on the way there, because you know that you just want the same thing, and you just trying to be sneaky, and you just trying to go around something and manipulate the situation into you being the bigger one than them. That really shows how weak you are. Because I don't know if you guys know, but vulnerability is the new sexy. The best music in the world is made through vulnerability, through actually sharing your experiences. The best plays in the world are actual experiences that we all go through. So they're really just creating this fictitious experience in their mind, and they just think that they can take whatever God gave you, because what God gave you is not on you, it's in you. Like, it's not a rope you're wearing, and they can just all of a sudden take it from you and wear it themselves and go somewhere else and do that. It's because it's not them, it's not their frequency. So they can try all the psychological tricks they want to. They can try to manipulate and con other people. And yeah, it might work for a little bit, but it's not a single standing column of waveform energy. And it's not an eternal kingdom of heaven, because what God has entrusted you with is an eternal kingdom of heaven. But it requires you to actually do the shadow work and actually engage with yourself in a meaningful, honest, and authentic and original way. Because when you do that, what you already have is already very unique to you in a sense. Your experiences, your memories, which you believe to be good and bad. Once you're able to neutralize those things and you're able to get your mind into a flow state, let's say you're somebody who's an artist and you're consistently making music, they're going to be looking at you like, how's this person doing this? How come they have so much, and how come I have so little? But just like the Bible tells us that, there was just one verse about if you was entrusted with so little, then I can set you over much. Because now that you have practiced that one thing that I've given you, I will give you 2, 3, 4. So if you've written one book, I will give you 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 books, because the universe is already abundant. But remember, the people within this holographic matrix are going to want you to believe in fear, doubt, and unbelief. They're not going to want you to vibrate on that frequency. So, and nobody out there is going to choose you. So even the chosen one narrative is like a Masonic narrative. Like, nobody chose you. You got to choose yourself. The moment you tell yourself, oh, you was chosen by somebody else or a deity outside of you, even that's a form of giving away your real spiritual power. Because what you're really saying is that you actually need outside approval, you need validation, and that lets you know that you haven't even began to do the real shadow work. Because when you do the real shadow work, you put yourself in that position. You don't need nobody to put you in that position. You don't need that oil on your forehead like a cross. You don't need that. You don't need a mosque to pray 5 times a day to Allah. Hit your forehead, stop your forehead on the floor real good. You don't need to do none of that. Because when you do the real shadow work, you actually start to engage with yourself in meaningful ways, powerful ways. You start to Notice time going by really fast because you put yourself in a position every day to enjoy yourself, to actually do things that make you peaceful, to do things that actually make you joyful. And that's how you, and when you enjoy, when you're having fun, time sure bypasses fast. But when you're miserable, like they're going to, they're going to be wondering, why are you not like them? And they're going to be shocked and surprised because that's the only thing that ever exists. Because with them, they're at work, they're looking at the time, oh man, what am I getting off work? What are they going to get off work to do? Nothing meaningful, nothing engageful, nothing for God. Like everything they do every day is just for one of their demonic desires, and they're not even taking that feeling and looking at it from an angelic perspective as far as what it got them in again and again. So don't worry about them, they are non-relevant. If they are truly coming with you, you will see them changing, you will see them putting in the work. But most likely, a prophet is not welcome in his own town. I would highly recommend you focus on yourself and invest in yourself by focusing all your energy on your design and not focusing your energy on a temporary desire and the things of this world. So I love you and I appreciate you guys, and ain't nothing you can do about it. And I'm gonna see y'all infinitely on the next video.